Hello, my name is Abundant Lei 118. Welcome to my channel. So I went to double check because I always have thought that Scorpio season started on the 23rd, but based off of what's going out currently, they say it lingers between the 22nd, 23rd, and then it goes from the 21st to the 22nd of November. So depending on where you are and if you believe that it starts today, welcome to Scorpio season. Definitely biased, and I am okay with that. Anyways, I hope you guys have had a wonderful, fabulous, miraculous start to your day already. Today I'm going to be doing the Hidden Hearts secret deck. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that out for us. And then I'm going to be doing our extra energy as the Rider Waite. Boom, boom. So got that out. I will say this Scorpio season, I'm very excited for these changes that we've been kind of seeing coming. Oh, let me get my protection mist so you can get from Jalissa's messages. I don't know what's been happening with me, especially the past few days. Well, actually I do. I'm going through some big changes in my personal life. And so there is a part of me that's just excited, but also there's a part, anytime you're doing something new, anything that's anytime there's a big change, right, you're going to get this energy around you of that change. And so actually I'm switching it. I'm gonna do the Rider Waite. My brain just said to do it, so I'm switching it. But anytime there's a big change in your life, it's like you just know that there's things that you have to get done, there's things that you want to get done, and you have to leave room for things to happen on their own. So like, things to go right, things to go wrong. You just leave room for all of it. And I feel like that's where I'm at this time. I'm just leaving room for everything to kind of happen the way it's meant to happen. I'm not getting angry. I'm not getting stressed out. Whatever's supposed to happen will happen, and I'll let it be. Confirmation for my phone, it just went off. So I hope your Scorpio season, if you believe that today starts it, that I just hope you welcome in some, oops, sorry, dropped a card, some much needed change. Oops, there you go. I think that's really what we all need, is some much needed change, and to give ourselves permission to go with the flow a little bit more. Scorpio obviously is a fixed energy, fixed emotions, right? So sometimes those emotional, I think something shot out. I didn't see it yet. But sometimes those emotions like to sit there and they seem like there's nothing happening. So like Scorpios are kind of known for like, we're able to like temper back our feelings towards people or towards situations. So people, another card flipped out. People can't tell what we're feeling, what we're thinking, or anything like that. And so I think this is a time where it's like, understand that your outer energy may show calm, but there may be a storm boiling inside of you. Don't run from the storm is what I'm kind of getting. Well, not kind of, it's what I'm hearing. Like, don't run from the storm. Let that be okay. Let it be okay that there's life happening under the surface. And instead of feeling like you can't, ripple the water, right? If anything, I'm seeing like a woman splashing in water. And I'm kind of getting like, if you've ever seen like priestesses who pray to like Oshun or Yamaya, like that type of energy. Get in the water and play in the water. That's how I'm seeing it. Like if your emotions are feeling kind of chaotic, go play in some water, right? And I'm saying it in the sense of you need to get closer to the water to actually ripple the water, right? It might be the reason you can't, the reason you're kind of like stoic on the top, but emotional, like, there's so much happening under the surface. Maybe there's something in there. Like, have you ever, like, the exact way I'm seeing it is like there's a body of water, like maybe even like a big river or a lake or something like that. The water seems calm, right? So if you're walking past, you're like, oh, that water looks so calm. In the water, however, there's something there that's trapped. Like there's like I kind of see like a rock and a branch and something stuck in there that's actually polluting the water. So the surface looks fine, it looks clean, it looks clear, but underneath something putrid is forming, right? And so I'm seeing a person noticing, like, you know how like sometimes gas bubbles release from something, right? So if something was to have like passed on, it would release gas, right? It's almost like it just by chance, this person walks by this body of water and notices random bubbles, just like though like one at a time, being released in a certain area of the water. Because they see those bubbles, it initiates in them there's something trapped in the water. Or else, if all the other water is calm and this one area has bubbles coming up, what would be causing the bubbles? And so you go in and you kind of move some stuff around at the bottom of the water, and you're able to get out something that has been in there festering. So that water, like, imagine if that person would have saw that body of water and had been dehydrated or anything else, and they would have went and drunk from that water. The water will naturally clean itself up once that thing is out, right? Because it's like I said, it's like a river or something. The water is constantly being filtrated, so that whatever was in there that's unclean will eventually be filtered out by the water's continuous flowing. But if that thing sat there long enough, how much damage could it do? So it's like this person grabs it when it first went, like not necessarily when it first went down, but long before it went to a point where it was so, destructive that it really destroyed the ecosystem within that water. That's the way I'm seeing it. It's like they see it, and I just see this person kind of splashing in the water, but not in the sense of like actually trying to fight, more of like they're just trying to get this thing from unstuck. But once they get it out, they're able to take it away from that water system, and now the actual natural filtration system of the water can do what it's meant to do, because it couldn't really break that thing down because of what it was lodged under. Like, and that's why I said I was kind of seeing like branches, like those bigger ones. So like maybe a branch fell from a tree and it was so big, whatever it hit, it trapped it under there, and then there was rocks that kind of landed on top of it. So it's like it was really being held in place, but whatever it was festering. Like, it wasn't something that should have been in the water, because it was actually making the water unsafe for the life in the water, and for anyone that would come and drink of the water, bathe in the water, whatever it was. It would have given, like if you would have bathed in the water, it would have gave you a rash. If you would have, so it's things of that nature where like this person comes in and they're able to get that out, and now that it's out, the water can be cleansed. And that's what I'm seeing for like your emotions, collective. Like, allow yourself to be the one who goes in and notices that something's off. And the reason I'm saying that, like, last night I woke up at like 1:00 in the morning. My doggo was whining, so I took him out, which normally he would sleep through the night, but I guess his tummy was a little upset, because when I did take him out, he went to use the restroom, and his stuff was looser. So obviously he has a little bit of an upset tummy. So I'm like, what has he gotten into now? And when I took him out and I went and laid in bed, then I was there just in my, thoughts. And if you've ever heard of Bentinho, if you've not, I would definitely say look him up. He is a great teacher. He's a Pisces. So he's very like out there, but here, right? I love that about Pisces. Like, they're connected, but they're not. They're connected more to the spirit world than they are here, but they're physically here. So they're like these like spirit, I would see them as like spirit entities that live amongst us. Like, my mom was a Pisces. I've had a lot of Pisces friends, and I promise you, every single one of them, I got that energy from. Like, you are totally here, but you are not here at the same time. And it's a beautiful thing. But what I was getting from that was, I was laying in bed and thoughts started to pop into my mind, and my eyes began to water. And the first thing I heard was, what would Bentinho say? And I was kind of like, ooh, because one of the teachings he has is that if you're saying something that is untrue, right? So pretty much you are telling yourself a lie, your emotions are going to signal that what you're saying is a lie. So if you tell yourself this isn't this, and your higher consciousness is like, yes, it is, it's going to trigger your emotions. It doesn't have to be, for me, I'm a crier because I'm a Scorpio. I cry. When I'm flustered, when I'm angry, whatever, I'm going to cry. That's just how I express those feelings. If you're something else, maybe you're a fire sign or earth sign or something else, it may come out in a different way, right? It might come out, if you're a fire sign, more like aggressive, passion, right? So maybe you're like, what the was that, or something, like it might come out more aggressive in that nature, because fire signs just have more passion in the way that they express, right? If you're an air sign, it could come from like you maybe disconnecting from something, but it's like knowing your emotions enough to question why they're appearing. And so then it takes you to go to the thought. What thought was I thinking when I felt the emotional shift? And once you can find the thought and pinpoint it, now you can kind of, like I said with the water, well, not kind of, exactly like I said with the water, go in, lift up that branch, because the reason why you almost are having to splash in the water is because we all know water is heavier than we think it is. Can we put it in a cup and carry it? Absolutely. That cup becomes heavy, right? Like I'm holding my water bottle. My water bottle is not light as air. The water itself carries weight. So if something is in the water that's already a naturally heavy thing, and maybe possibly out of the water, it wouldn't be as much trouble. But in the water, its weight is increased. That's why when you're wet, you're heavier. It's harder sometimes to get out of water when you have all these clothes on and they're soaked, because everything becomes heavier because of the way that water absorbs into everything, and it wants to cling it and pull it down, right? With gravity, right? Gravity is like, ooh, pull it down. So that is what I'm seeing as like, there is something that you're telling yourself, or thoughts that are popping up in your head that are untrue. You need to find where that part is that triggered it, that leads to some type of emotional reaction you have. And as soon as it comes, boom, what was the thought? Like your default needs to go to, what was the thought I was thinking? You can journal about it. Or even just sit with yourself and say, I'm feeling some type of emotional thing. Like for me, I start feeling like I want to cry. So then I'll go, ooh, I feel like I want to cry. What did I say? What was I thinking? Right? Because something I said or did was untrue. My higher self would never lie to me. Right? But my ego will. And our ego tends to speak louder than our higher consciousness at times, unless you've been tuning in. And because I have been tuning in, that's why when my ego says something that's untrue, boom, by default, I'm already like, nope, that's not real. Let me go ahead and get some truth out of that. So that's the message, the channeled message I have for today is pay attention to what starts to bubble the waters, your emotional waters. And then once you find it, get it out so that you can naturally heal. Your body is going to by default heal itself. It doesn't need to. And I mean all parts of your body, the emotional state of your body, your physical body, your mental body, your practical, like financial body, all the areas in your life in which it exists, it will naturally heal itself. But you have to first figure out what it is that's triggering the responses to get it. And that's even the same, like if you were having a bodily irritation, right? Maybe you get a rash from something. Start looking at what you ate in the past 24 hours. Okay. If you haven't eaten anything that you wouldn't have normally eaten in the past 24 hours, maybe it's something else, right? Maybe it's something, you ate in the past 42 hours, 72 hours. It takes several days for things to digest in your body. So maybe it's something that is finally digesting and your body doesn't like it. It could be something you eat all the time and your body just changed on you. And now that thing is something that triggers a reaction from you. Whatever that is perfectly fine. Take the time to start logging. I'm getting kind of like the channel in of we need to log more. We need to log or document what we're doing, what we're eating, things like that, so we have a better account for what's happening. If I'm writing down what I cooked this week, what snacks I ate, what snacks my kids ate, if something goes wrong, I can pinpoint, this is where it came from. They ate this thing on this day, or they ate this thing today, or I ate this thing today, and I have eaten this. I had no reaction. This particular day, I ate this, and then I had a reaction, right? Start to notice those things. Start to pinpoint. Start to mark it down. That is my channel to you guys, collective. Start documenting what you're feeling, and I mean that in all areas. So if it's something spiritual, if it's physical, whatever, start documenting those things. Start journaling. I really want you to start journaling. That's what I'm getting channeled in. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the Fool. This is it's associated a lot of times with Aries, but it's actually Uranus, which is Aquarius energy. It's about taking the leap of faith. It's about taking what you need only, right? Taking time to smell the roses, which is, that gratitude. It is appreciation for what is and what isn't. It's this like releasing and letting go of things, but also you have loyalty there, right? With the little dog, we always know that to be loyalty. You have people here who support you. Let them support you. They're going to come with you on this journey. You're right here at the edge of this cliff. You're ready to take that leap of faith, and you're going to do it unapologetically. The sun is behind you, supporting you, meaning it's bright. The path ahead of you is bright and well lit, okay? Because if the sun is behind you, that means the shadow is coming from you. So any shadows you see are your own shadows. That's the first time I've channeled that, collective. So that's very important for someone, okay? If you see shadows ahead of you, those are your own shadows. So do not be fearful of them. Embrace them. See them. Understand that the shadow just means that the sun is behind you and is telling you where to go, meaning that your path is well lit. Thus why the shadow casts from behind you, right? If the shadow was coming if the shadow was falling behind you, it's more of that the universe is, not the universe, that the sun is in front of you. And so you're going towards the sun, where now you're walking away from the sun. And that's not a bad thing. That just means that the sun has moved into a point where now the path that you're on, the sun is literally shining behind you. Also giving me the impression that the light shines on you. Okay. So the light is shining on you, meaning that the spotlight, like, so this can, again, with Uranus energy, this can talk about public domain, being out in society, showing up in ways where you are publicly being recognized. And even if it's not publicly, maybe people have never seen your face or anything like that, people recognize your voice. People connecting to you. How are you making new opportunities? Fool is about taking in that journey. There's a new journey you're taking, collective, that is allowing you to be in the spotlight, be the center of attention, but also you're only taking what you need. And that's a very important thing about this journey. The Fool doesn't load up carriages and carriages and carriages of stuff, right? The Fool is taking only the necessities, because the Fool doesn't want to be tied down, bogged down. The Fool wants to be able to make leaps and jumps and do all the other things that they need to do to be successful without any additional baggage. And I'm seeing that as not just physical, but also emotional, mental baggage, which ties into our channeling from this morning. Okay, collective? So be ready for this Fool's journey. It is yours to have. Okay. First card up that we had come out, Justice. Ooh, collective, justice is coming in for you. Things are going to balance out. Also, truthfulness is coming forward to you. So people are going to be very honest with you. Take the honesty and be honest with others. Okay. Don't get offended. Don't freak out. Just embrace it and enjoy it. See, here we go. Look, see, and this is also the Libra card. Look, what day does it say Libra season ends? October 22nd. I told you guys, even though I've been seeing things about, oh no, it's today. And I'm like, Scorpio season is on the 23rd. It's been the 23rd for all that I recall. But I do know that we do have those days that we consider like cusping days. So 22nd to 23rd, I'm assuming they mean like kind of transitioning from the 22nd to the 23rd is Scorpio season, leaving Libra season. And I'm fine with that. Okay. But this is also a Libra card. So again, about that balance, just Libras are notorious for not necessarily picking sides. They like to be in the middle. They like to be neutral because they're supposed to. They're supposed to not pick a side. They're supposed to, if to be a good judge, you have to hear both sides out and then make a judgment based on what's fair for every party invested. That is the energy of the Justice card. There is also some legal things that could be occurring for you, collective. If there is some legal things around this new journey, so maybe you're making a new journey. Oh, we have the Magician under that. I cannot make that up, y'all. Look at the light. And even here, look at the light. Like this, when I say the light is shining over this, you have, ooh, collective. That just made me so excited. I wasn't even trying to see that card. I was just trying to pick that one up. But seeing the magician on there was like, ooh, the energy is there. So collective, you are definitely surrounded by positive energy, supporting energy, loving energy. The sun is warming. There's this warmth around you. So if justice comes in, and it's going to be swift, I can see that right now, but it's going to be very fair, whatever is the just situation that comes to be. It's very honest. It's going to be very balanced, and it's going to warm you, right? She's kind of sitting on this throne. My brain was not trying to find that word, guys. She's sitting on this throne. She has pillars around her. Pillars mean there's some secure structure built around her. So whatever this is, whatever this just situation is, it is in some type of structural, some type of new structure that you're bringing in for yourself. And it's something that this new opportunity is something you manifested, collective. But you have everything you need. They're available to you. You are the alchemist. You are the magician. This is something you manifested for yourself. You asked for a journey to happen. And also, I want to highlight, this goes from 0 to 1. So not only did you manifest what you needed to be successful, you asked for a journey to come. You also asked the universe to give you everything that you would need to be successful. And the universe said yes. Okay, so you're going to have everything you need to be successful in this journey, and you're going to have justice on your side. Okay, it's the 11 on this card. I'm sorry, not 11. It's the 11 on this card. So it also deals with that duality, that balance energy, because it could turn into 11 turns into 2, but it's also a divine number, right? A master number. So 11, maybe you're a life path 11. I'm a life path 11. It could also deal with the 11th house, things of that nature. Aquarius energy, which is the 11th house. So there's a lot of channeling through this very just time in your life. There's a time where you could also interact with a Libra possibly. If not a Libra, it's just more about if there's anything that is legally being done, it's all going to pan out well for you. You're going to see a lot of positive change, a lot of positive interaction. I'm going to flip this last card because I definitely want to see. Ooh, okay. I was getting something coming in through my head, and this is definitely not going to be for everyone. I don't normally see this card this way, and that's why I was kind of like, ooh, let me just see what the last card is so I can kind of see if it connects. I am actually seeing this possibly even being someone getting married, okay? Some type of legal action being taken to someone deciding to, like, let's just go to the courthouse and get married. Now, typically, if I was seeing marriage, I would see the Hierophant. It's coming out very different for me, this particular card at this time, just because of what I'm seeing. It's like you're manifesting something coming into your life, something coming in that's mutual and joint and equal and balanced and fair. Confirmation from my phone, and something where there is a potential coming together of two people. These two people decide to come together, and they're like, you know what? Let's just make this legal. Let's make this right. Let's get married. So for somebody, collective, and congrats to you, you are going to be getting married, and the person you're marrying is someone who is such a good person. They're very fair. They're very genuine. They're very considerate. This person is very balanced emotionally, mentally. Obviously, I have a air sign energy here. So this is someone who they're more logical in the mind, right, than they are emotional, but they are warm. I do see, like, this person believes in structure. They believe in order. They feel like there's a way to do certain things, right? This person is not someone who maybe super whimsical and just goes off on a tangent and runs off with things. But I feel like this person has a warmth that is available to you because you can see it there. They're very honest of a person. This person is going to tell you the truth regardless of what you want to hear. They're not going to feed your ego, but they are someone that cares. Again, I'm telling you, this warm energy here is beautiful. I do have a lot of, I feel like I see, yeah, I do actually. All three air signs are here. We have Libra, we have Aquarius, and we have Gemini here with the Mercury card on the Magician. So I'm seeing all of the air signs, and then we also had the King of Swords behind that. Okay, so all of the air signs are here. So this might be an air sign male, just because I had the King of Swords there. Doesn't have to be, but I am seeing a lot more masculine energy in this, at least in this portion of it. So it's kind of giving me an air sign male coming through. That would be the one that decides that he wants to be married. So collective, to whoever that is for, I am so happy for you. Congratulations on your marriage. Our second card is a Two of Cups, which is why I was like, yeah, I'm definitely seeing what I'm seeing. Two of Cups. So this is, for me, this represents physical partnership. Okay. So if I get the Lover's card, the Lover's card to me is a very passionate, deep, like soul changing relationship, right? It's a relationship that challenges you on all realms: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. When I see the Two of Cups, this is that physical portion of it, right? This is that emotional connection. It does not have to be romantic, but I do actually get this is a romantic relationship. This is someone that's coming in that wants to have a romantic relationship. Again, I always highlight, because this is one of my things that I think is just the most sweetest part. Men who are expressive with their love, I see like a masculine who he expresses his love through physical touch, okay, which is i.e. why he's trying to touch her hand, right? He's trying to literally physically touch her with his hand. So this is a masculine who does believe in physical touch. If it's an air sign, while he communicates very well, he's very effective in his communication, his love language would still be physical touch. So he likes to touch. Okay, if you're feminine, you could also be coming off in this, because again, air sign energy is a more masculine energy. So you could be a feminine who has just a more masculine, energetic type of pool, whatever it is, that's perfectly fine. There is this emotional connection that is there between you and this other person. They're staring into each other's eyes. That is deep connection. That's soul connection. We have obviously the little angel here that is there protecting them as well. And then there's that emblem that comes from like medicine, right? It's the binding. It's the two snakes wound up together, which is about good health. So this relationship is one that's healthy. It's secure. It's protected, divinely protected. It's in a relationship where there is an intense emotional connection between the two. One where you both look into each other's eyes and see the other's soul and know that this is a relationship that you desire. It's one where the masculine is a little bit more forward in his approach to this relationship, which is beautiful, meaning he's definitely more of the pursuer than the pursued. But there's a balance there. Like feminine, it's not you just being there just to be there. No, there is a genuine connection between these two parties, a genuine love. I know that for a fact because the card that comes right after that is the Queen of Cups. So as I said, this can be obviously a Cancer feminine, but it doesn't have to be. It can represent any of the water signs. So Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces energies. This is a woman who is emotionally connected to herself. Look how big her cup is, okay? Her cup is full and it runneth over. And also, if you notice, the water around her is more placid. But as I kind of said earlier, it's got ripples in it, right? Meaning there is still movement. The water is kind of like if you're at a beach, how the waves are flowing. That's the type of water she has. So it's calm water, but there is still things happening in the water. The water is not just stagnant, sitting there doing nothing. Her emotions are constantly rolling. Okay, that's how I kind of see it. She has emotions that are constantly moving, constantly rolling. She's sitting at the shore. Right? That's a big difference. Like if you've seen the King of Cups card, the King of Cups, which is the Scorpio energy, that energy shows a king sitting on a solid stone throne in the middle of like a raging sea, right? The sea is moving vividly so much in fact that you can see in the back, there's like a big giant fish, maybe even maybe it could be supposed to be like a whale or something jumping out of the water. You see ships moving. That's how big the emotional movement is for the King of Cups. Like this is someone who has really deep emotions, i.e. why it's the Scorpio card. The Queen of Cups, however, it's just a much more subtle emotional energy, right? Does that mean that she doesn't have this depth of emotions? Absolutely, she has depth in her emotion. Absolutely, she's a water sign. Of course she does. Cancer represents the home. Cancer represents that place of security. She is able to emotionally control the way she feels. She does not allow her emotions to overwhelm her. She doesn't allow her emotions to, sorry, my phone's going off. She doesn't allow her emotions to overwhelm her, to stress her out, to put her in a deficit of any sort. She is open and she's welcoming and she's calm. Like I said, she's sitting at the shore, which means she's sitting there waiting and watching as the tide goes in and comes out, right? She has peace. She also has babies, lots of them, little cherubs around her. She's surrounded by love. She's a mother. She loves being a mother. This is someone who truly enjoys motherhood. She desires to be a mother. She's not someone who's got a bunch of kids and it's like, oh no, I don't want this. No, she's someone who her home is open to more. She loves to be able to give love, and especially in the form of little children. Okay. I'm also seeing this. And again, I send my condolences to anyone who this has happened to. If you've had a miscarriage or anything like that, this shows me that the babies are always with you. You may have had up to 3. It doesn't have to be 3. It could be less. It could be more. But I've seen at least up to 3 baby angels. So the babies are with you always. They have never left you. They are connected to you. They love you. They support you. And they're now guardians of you. Okay. You are protected. The same way we see the angels in the 2 of Cup card is these are angels too. They're just baby angels. Right. And so their presence here is very different than like Archangel Michael or someone like that, where it's like, this is a more dedicated, more, I'm here to teach you something, angels. These angels are more there to be there to help remind you of your gentleness and your kindness and to nurture the part of you that feels, maybe that loss or that sadness. The baby angels are there to remind you that that love that you have that overflows, they felt it even if they didn't get to meet you meet you here long, right? So this could be babies that passed at birth or like I said, miscarriages, or even babies that were here for like, less than a few years, right? They're still very young. These are not, children that were like, they got to a higher age. I'm seeing actual little babies. They're with you. They love you. They care for you very, very deeply. And again, they felt the intensity of your love. Even if they weren't here long enough with you, just know that the impact you had on them, they are here protecting you. And I do actually see it also as, if you're looking to have more children, do not be fearful. The children are going to come. Your babies are going to ensure that they are born again. You could even have triplets, okay? So it could be you end up getting pregnant and you find out that you're having multiples. Those are your babies that have been waiting with you, literally waiting with you to heal yourself. And as you've learned to heal yourself, as you've forgiven yourself, you've had those honest conversations and you've learned to balance out the way you feel about, your worthiness of having this, right? Because again, with the Fool, you're on a journey. The Magician is you are asking for everything that you need to be provided, and it is because you provided it and Spirit said yes. Now you're able to connect that energy, and those babies are like, now mommy has finally healed herself. Mommy has healed her heart. Mommy has healed her womb. That's something else I'm seeing, healing your womb. I'm seeing not just her chalice is full of water, but it's the healing waters. I'm seeing like the waters, like Jesus in the waters type of energy, like the water is healing. So drinking more water is something I'm getting. You might need to drink more water. It's going to help you purify your womb. Drinking more teas, more herbal teas, doing something that helps you cleanse your womb. So finding, even I'm seeing like someone looking online to find womb healing water practices or something, or going swimming, going to the beach, going to if you live in a place where there is bodies of water, going and sitting on the shore by the water and just allowing yourself to meditate on the water. Bring like a blanket or even like a lawn chair and just sit there at the edge of the shore. It's going to heal you. So if you're trying to have babies and that's been something that's been on your mind heavily, go and sit at the shore with a lawn chair, maybe even bring a blanket, because I kind of see her cloaked in a blanket because it might be chilly, obviously, with this time of year. But just sit there, maybe with a glass or a big like mug. I'm seeing like a big mug, like, because her cup is huge. A big mug of some type of healing herbal tea, and sitting there and just allowing yourself to be near the water. It's going to heal. I was going to say it's going to hear your womb calling, but I was going to say it's going to heal your womb. So it's something about the goddesses of the water are going to hear your calls, and they're going to heal your womb. Okay. So I really wanted to get that out, guys, because that was channeling. That was beautiful though. Let me go ahead and get this deck shuffled for our extra energy, our advice. You know, it comes in however you need it. So I always tell you guys, interpret it the way you need to interpret it. The extra card, I'm going to just read it the few ways I see it. Obviously, if I could go for hours trying to describe what I get from it. But sometimes when you see the cards, you should be the one being able to kind of pick up on, you know, what lessons are you needing. And again, don't take everything. Everything is not for everyone, right? If you've not ever had a child or not ever experienced a miscarriage or anything like that, that does not mean you're going to have one. It does not mean anything like that. It's more of for people who are in that process and they're still in the healing phases of that. Please understand that healing is coming. Okay, it's going to come now, not 30 years from now. It's coming now. You're going to get the healing you need, and you're going to be able to have more children. Okay, and the relationship in which you have these children is going to be very blessed, very, very, very blessed. So yeah, it's a very good energy I'm getting from that. It was that was actually a really beautiful channeling. It made me it just made me feel really good. I tell you, collective, you guys do not understand. Some of these readings are just as much for me too. Ooh, got a card flip out. Let me shuffle one more time, and then I'm going to go ahead and pull one more card. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Okay. So bottom of the deck, we got chasing, pursuit, toxicity, resilience. So somebody might be actually chasing you. I did talk about the masculine being more of the pursuer. And then we have like football players, so a more masculine energy here, right? Chasing after. So there could definitely be a masculine that's coming towards you that's going to pursue you. I don't see it, even though we have toxicity here, that's not what caught my eye. It was more of the pursuing and the resilience. There is this element of someone is coming towards you. And their approach might come off as them being like a little straightforward and aggressive is kind of how I'm getting it, but it's not meant to be aggressive. It's more of they know exactly what they want, and they want you. Okay. So it's almost like you know, imagine the two teams here, right? You have the ball in your hand, or you have the ball in your court is actually how I heard it in my head. You have the ball in your court, and they need to get to that ball. Okay. They need to get that ball. Right. And in a sense, it's not more or less like they're trying to take it from you. It's more like they need to get to you to get what they need. Okay. Because you have everything that they need. So yes. The card that we had, shootout collective, we got silence. We've been getting this card a lot. So frozen, no words, stone wall. Where is that happening for you, collective? Where is there a place where there's a need for silence, or maybe you feel like someone is trying to silence you? Maybe you're silencing yourself. I see this more of like, maybe there is a need, like kind of how I talked about going to the water and just sitting there and, you know, allowing yourself to kind of talk to the water. I feel like it's more like it's like an unspoken talking. You don't have to say actual words for the universe to know what you need to heal. So that's kind of how I'm getting it. She's also standing in the rain. So again, it's going back to that look. Her eyes are closed. She's standing in the rain, and she's just allowing the water to touch her. This is what I'm getting at. That's why I said, like, the words on these cards don't always give me what I'm needing from it. It's more of what I see here that helps me interpret what the universe wants us to pull from it. And I'm seeing it more of like silence in the sense of meditative silence, right? You're silencing your mind, right? We had a lot of air energy here, so there could be a lot of talking in your head. You're going to learn to silence your mind at this time, collective. You're going to learn to let the words just come in and let them go. Right? You don't need to speak anything. It's not necessarily about freezing yourself. It's more of just, can you connect more? Can you be more mindful in these moments? Allow yourself to just be fully in the moment. And can you listen more and talk less? We have 2 ears and 1 mouth. right? Listen more, talk less. Just breathe. And also I'm seeing it more of like the less words you use, the better. If you've ever seen, I think it's like a movie or a TV show or something, or it might even be a parable of some kind, where it's like you have only a certain amount of words each day that you can use. And based off the amount of words you get to use, or like I think I've seen somebody even do like a YouTube skit on it where it's like you get a certain amount of words for the entire year, right? And so let's say you only have like 100 words for the entire year. Imagine how impactful those words would be if you were limited to what you could say. That's what I'm getting from this. It's like, it's not silence in the sense of like being silenced. It's more of like an active choosing of silence so that you can observe more. You want to observe more. Again, 2 eyes, 1 mouth, 2 ears, 1 mouth. That type of energy. What are you seeing? What are you hearing versus what are you, and then you say. You don't speak until you've had a chance to review every single aspect of every single thing. Then you make the words that you say count. Okay? Our other card, the card I pulled, is hoping, expecting, faith, manifesting. I told you guys, this is one of the most beautiful cards we have. I love sunflowers. If you don't know that, now you do. Sunflowers is one of the most beautiful flowers, I think, in our existence, just because of they speak to fertility. They speak to health. They speak to wealth. They're this bright, sunny energy. Like, we call them sunflowers because they look like the sun to us, right? It's this beautiful energy. And I see again, remember how I spoke to what I saw in the full card about the sun shining behind you. So it's like the sun is shining behind you. And as you can see, she's walking into the field. Where is the shadow? In front of her. So it's that same concept, right? Whatever you're expecting to happen will come. If you have faith and you believe in the things that you're manifesting, they're going to come into fruition. You don't have to think hard about it. You don't have to talk about it so much. You just have to know what you're desiring and allow yourself to connect and to let the universe just give you everything that you're asking for. Whatever you're manifesting is going to come to truth. You're going to have it all. Okay, collective, everything you want is yours. Hoping, manifesting, it's here. You're going to get everything that you desire, collective. So I hope you've had a wonderful time here today. Thank you for coming to my channel. If, as always, I would love for you to put some likes, comments, and especially comments. I love reading the comments. And then make sure that you subscribe to my channel. It's free, doesn't hurt you, and it just adds you to our little family here. You can book a reading with me at abundantlay118@gmail.com, or you can also look in my description box to find my pin site, which will list pricing and things like that. Let's see what else. I hope you just go out and just take advantage of this beautiful day. Do what you can. Do not be stressed. Allow yourself to connect to the water. Drink more water. Please, please, please drink more water. I know it's fall time, and I think like summertime, our water increases just because it gets so hot, but we forget fall can be hot too. And also fall can be cold, which means drying. So again, a need for more water. Just make sure you're getting enough water, collective, because I'm hearing that and I kept staring at my water, meaning I also need to get more water, but it's going to help you heal some of that emotional time. This could also be a very emotional time for you. So if it is an emotional time for you, no shame to that. But make sure that if you're crying more or just feeling emotionally more drained, by getting more spring water, it's going to help you. Infuse your water with fruit or vegetables. If you're someone that's like, I don't really like the taste of water, put some of your favorite fruits and vegetables into it. That will help, okay? Nobody's telling you you have to just drink plain water. No, I want you to put something in it. Not sugary additives, but some fresh fruit and things of that nature. Definitely won't hurt, and it'll actually enhance the flavor the water has, which will make you enjoy it more. Okay, I love you guys. I want you to go out and be the most amazing version of yourself today. Do not be fearful. Embrace the moments where you can listen more and you can just watch things, and be really impeccable with your words today. Okay, be blessed and be a blessing. Mwah! Bye.